There's a situation, everybody's speculating. They say, what have we done to deserve this constant changing? Father, Father, hear us, fears we trust have failed us. They say, look to the Lord for salvation and He shall redeem you. Lord, I'm getting frustrated, yes, I'm losing my patience. I've been waiting for so long.
'Cause you've got energy for today, energy for tomorrow, bigger than yesterday. You're so much better, so much stronger. It's the dawn of a new day. So come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. It's a brand new day. So come on, let's go. Energy for today, energy for tomorrow, energy for tomorrow. So come on, let's go. Energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
We are the largest single asset holder in Africa's oil and gas industry and poised to be the dynamic global energy company of choice. We are constantly innovating to be the prime company for energy sufficiency. We are NNPC Limited, energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
It's a new era of growth and development. We are driven to be the dynamic global energy company of choice. We are on a quest to deliver reliable service while continuously creating greater value for all our stakeholders with integrity, excellence, and sustainability. It's a new era of growth and development with a renewed drive. We at NNPC Limited, energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
The Gwagwalada Independent Power Project is a 1,350 megawatts combined cycle power plant with auxiliaries and balance of plant to be situated on 54.7 hectares of land already acquired at Gwagwalada in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Today's groundbreaking ceremony is for the first phase of the project, which will have a capacity of 350 megawatts to consist of one gas turbine and one steam turbine. The GIPP was necessitated by the need to deliver gas towards achieving additional power generation capacity in Nigeria. The project is intended to make a substantial contribution to the positioning of gas as the preferred fuel for power and potentially towards the nation's industrialization. Gas supply to the plant will be channeled through the Ajaokuta-Kaduna-Kano 40-inch by 614-kilometer gas pipeline, which is currently at an advanced stage of construction. The GIPP project will be a combined cycle of power generating facilities consisting of 3 powertrain blocks of 450 megawatts each. Each block will include 2 General Electric gas turbine generators, 2 heat recovery system generators, 1 steam turbine electric generator, 1 direct air cooling condenser, balance of plant equipment, and a black start diesel generator. On completion, the GIPP project will generate an average of 10.3 million megawatt-hour of electricity per year. NNPC Limited is committed to ensuring energy sufficiency for Nigeria in the most efficient, clean, and reliable manner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
An energy-sufficient nation in a way that does not hurt the environment and in a way that is expected of an organization like NNPC Limited. Energy for today, energy for tomorrow. I'd like to very specially welcome Malam Mele Kyari, the GCEO of NNPC Limited. I saw him when he walked into the room. And of course, we also have in our midst His Royal Highness the Emir of Zuba. I'd like to welcome Alhaji Muhammadu into our midst. We thank you for coming, sir. I'd also like to use this opportunity to welcome all those who are involved with the stakeholding collaboration of this Gwagwalada plant. And they include CMEC, GE, Venova. And as soon as I get a listing of their top-level management, I'll bring it to you. But I'd also like to welcome the top management of the NNPC Limited. We have in our midst top-level persons, including executive vice presidents. We have the chief financial officer. We have in our midst managing directors of NNPC Limited subsidiaries and concerns. We have heads of government agencies and ministries. We also have permanent secretaries in our midst. We expect also that the diplomatic community have come to join us in earnest, especially from the Chinese embassy, and would like to thank them for making the time to join us. Good morning, Your Excellency. Ni hao. Ni hao. Welcome. Excellency, Mr. Chai Jianchun, the Chinese ambassador. The CMEC president, Mr. Fang Yangshui, is here with us. Welcome. The Minister Councillor of China, Mr. Wang Yingyi, is here with us. CMEC Africa Chairman, Mr. Yang Weihua. GE President, Mr. Mijindadi Mohammed. And GE MD, Dr. Goodluck Enima. All gathered here for the purpose of this groundbreaking ceremony, which will be conducted by no less a person than His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who will be joining us for this very historic event later today. I've always said that every time I see the Chinese ambassador, he's become very Nigerian, and he's very good at the pepper soup. But we also know that he provides also some kind of leverage of support for the kind of food that I like other than my amala. So the Chinese food is it's one of my favorites, but they can only come second or third to Nigerian food. I love jollof rice. It's impossible to find anything that can beat jollof rice. They try with the Chinese fried rice, but nothing comes close to the Nigerian jollof rice, I assure you. That is our heritage. That is our culture. That is our tradition. Across Nigeria and everywhere there is a wedding, you must find jollof rice. In fact, I used to say that I cannot even understand why Ghana is thinking they can compete with us in the jollof matter. Ghana's jollof rice, well, it's nice, but the Nigerian jollof rice continues to trump any jollof rice anywhere in the world. Of course, the East Africans have pilau. You know, that rice that they make with raisins in it, amongst those that they call those in the Mombasa region. And when they bring their jollof rice, I'm like, well, it's jollof rice. Why do we have raisins inside? Let us have jollof rice that tastes like Nigerian jollof rice. Wherever you go, north, south, east, or west, nowhere like home. Nowhere like home. Nigeria continues to lead in its trajectory of leader of nations and continues to be the one that if Nigeria catches cold, everywhere on the African subcontinent has a fever. So Nigeria continues to do its best to lead as big brother. That's our duty. That's our responsibility. And when we add that duty and responsibility to what the NNPC Limited is doing here in Gwagwalada, in the FCT, traversing between Kogi and Kano, and making sure that energy is more efficient in the area of providing gas for energy supply and trying to make an industrialized Nigeria better, more efficient, more energy. Let's give a round of applause for NNPC Limited, without whom this project will not be on its feet. Thank you very much. Earlier in the day, I thought I saw His Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, Professor Zulum, has come to support this project. And in representation is the Nasarawa State Governor, Engineer Sule, who is represented today by Dr. Akabe, his Deputy Governor. As the list continues to arrive my desk, I will continue to bring you up to date. We have already seen the Permanent Secretary FCT, we have seen the Permanent Secretary Petroleum, we have seen the Permanent Secretary Power, all have arrived here. Of course, Mr. Melekari, GCEO of the NNPC Limited, continues to lead the pack of men and women who are doing their best to ensure that we have energy in an efficient manner across Nigeria. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, We want to thank you for making the time to join us here, and we assure you that this event would be one of those you would remember very dearly in your hearts. We again thank the security apparatchik for coming to join us from the army. We appreciate you, and we thank everyone who has made their way into the room. Good afternoon.
Energy for tomorrow, bigger than yesterday. You're so much better, so much stronger. It's the dawn of a new day. So come on, let's go. It's a brand new day. So come on, let's go. Energy for today,
Energy for tomorrow.
energy for tomorrow. So come on, let's go. Energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
We are the largest single asset holder in Africa's oil and gas industry and poised to be the dynamic global energy company of choice. We are constantly innovating to be the prime company for energy sufficiency. We are NNPC Limited, energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
It's a new era of growth and development. We are driven to be the dynamic global energy company of choice. We are on a quest to deliver reliable service while continuously creating greater value for all our stakeholders with integrity, excellence, and sustainability. It's a new era of growth and development with a renewed drive. We at NNPC Limited, energy for today, energy for tomorrow.
The Gwagwalada Independent Power Project is a 1,350 megawatts combined cycle power plant with auxiliaries and balance of plant to be situated on 54.7 hectares of land already acquired at Gwagwalada in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Today's groundbreaking ceremony is for the first phase of the project, which will have a capacity of 350 megawatts to consist of one gas turbine and one steam turbine. The GIPP was necessitated by the need to deliver gas towards achieving additional power generation capacity in Nigeria. The project is intended to make a substantial contribution to the positioning of gas as the preferred fuel for power and potentially towards the nation's industrialization. Gas supply to the plant will be channeled through the Ajaokuta-Kaduna Canal 40-inch by 614-kilometer gas pipeline, which is currently at an advanced stage of construction. The GIPP project will be a combined cycle of power generating facilities consisting of 3 powertrain blocks of 450 megawatts each. Each block will include 2 General Electric gas turbine generators, 2 heat recovery system generators, 1 steam turbine electric generator, 1 direct air cooling condenser, balance of plant equipment, and a black start diesel generator. On completion, the GIPP project will generate an average of 10.3 million megawatt-hour of electricity per year. NNPC Limited is committed to ensuring energy sufficiency for Nigeria in the most efficient, clean, and reliable manner. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
honored and excited to welcome you all to NNPC Limited and a new era of growth and development for our company. Over the last 45 years, we have built a national oil company that has grown across the hydrocarbon value chain. We have built our reserves to 37 billion barrels of oil and over 200 TCF of proven gas reserves. We have the largest network of retail stations in the country and a footprint that touches our host communities. The enactment of the Petroleum Industry Act that enables our incorporation means that we have a legally binding mandate to compete. NNPC will be commercially driven to deliver value to its shareholders while meeting our customers and other stakeholder expectations. We will be the leader in the energy transition journey for Africa, showing the way towards sustainable growth through the deployment of appropriate technology to decarbonize our operations. I look forward to collaborating to shape what the next 50 years will look like for NNPC Limited.
The Gwagwalada Independent Power Project, GIPP project, is a 1,350 megawatt combined cycle power plant with auxiliaries and balance of plants to be situated on 54.7 hectares of land already acquired at Gwagwalada in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja. The GIPP was necessitated by the need for delivering gas towards additional power generation capacity in Nigeria. Thus, the project is intended to make a substantial contribution to the positioning of gas as the preferred fuel for power and potentially towards the nation's industrialization. Gas supply to the plant shall be through the Ajokuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK gas pipeline, a 40-inch by 614-kilometer pipeline from Ajokuta in Kogi State to Kano State, which is currently at its advanced stages of construction. The GIPP's fuel requirements will be satisfied under a long-term gas sales, purchase, and aggregation.
Announcing the arrival of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please be upstanding. May be seated. Your Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Excellency, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, ably represented today by the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu, governors here present, specifically His Excellency Babagana Zulum, Governor of Borno State, His Excellency Engineer Sule, Governor of Nasarawa State, represented this morning by the Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State, Dr. Akabe, representatives of the service chiefs here present today and service chiefs that are here this morning, permanent secretaries here present, especially stakeholding permanent secretaries of Power, FCT, and Petroleum, heads of government and extra-ministerial departments, captains of industry, our chief host, the GCEO of NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, and his top management, including executive vice presidents, managing directors of subsidiaries, top management of NNPC concerns, the ambassador of China, His Excellency Mr. Chui Jianchun and his team, members of the diplomatic corps here present, chairman of the Gwagwalada Area Council, my lords spiritual and temporal, particularly His Royal Highness Alhaji Muhammad Magaji, the Aguma of Gwagwalada, His Royal Highness Muhammad Bello, the Emir of Zuba. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I warmly welcome you this morning to the groundbreaking ceremony of Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant Project by His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. My name is Eugenia Abu. I'm a multimedia strategy expert. I'm a national broadcaster and an author, and I'm the anchor of this historic presidential groundbreaking ceremony. Your Excellency, it's a glorious morning in Abuja and a historic day in Nigeria's federal capital, Abuja, particularly in the Gwagwalada Area Council. Welcome to this very special event for Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant this 4th day of August 2023. On the 17th of February early this year, Your Excellency, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited took over the assets of the nation's oil company after 46 years of its operations as a corporation. The final ceremony that officially marked the birth of NNPC Limited was exciting, was grandiose, and forward-looking, a moment of change from a wholly state-run entity to a commercial oil company. This new entity is expected to rise as a commercially oriented and profit-driven company, and it is expected to continue to rise both in profit-making and in commercial-oriented. The event then was truly exciting. I should know, I was the anchor on that day, and I'm deeply honored again to be in the Master of Ceremony saddle today for the dividends of a commercially driven, profit-oriented NNPC Limited, as Mr. President performs the groundbreaking ceremony for this plant today. Situated on 54.7 hectares of land already acquired, the GIPP was necessitated by the need for delivering gas towards additional power generation capacity in Nigeria. Your Excellency, this project is positioning gas as the preferred fuel for power and leans towards the nation's industrialization. The logistics of how the gas supply to the plant will be through Ajokuta, Kaduna, and Kanu, AKK gas pipeline, would be explicated by all the engineering eggheads, the technocrats, NNPC Limited, top management, and stakeholding partners throughout this ceremony. My job here, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, is to be your guide. Welcome to the future. Welcome to efficiency. Welcome to a truly Nigerian visionary project. Permit me, therefore, Your Excellency, to welcome to the podium a man who has traversed the ministries of youth and sports, the Ministry of Niger Delta, and today is considered the landlord of the FCT until a minister is so provided. Our current landlord, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Permanent Secretary, FCT, Mr. Olushade Adeshola. Please welcome him.
Your Excellency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Babagana Umar Zulum, the Governor of Borno State, the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, ably represented by the Deputy Speaker, generally known as the Digital Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu. Your Excellency, the Nasarawa State Governor, ably represented by Deputy Governor, His Excellency Silas A. Agara, the National Security Advisor in absentia, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Ambassador Gabriel Aduda, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Power, my brother, Mr. Temitope Fash, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC, Malam Mele Kiari, the Chinese Ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Jianshun, who has promulgated the theory of symphony, and thank you for being here, our royal fathers, and in particular the Aguma of Gwagwalada, other heads of ministries and departments here present, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to be here, and on behalf of the Federal Capital Territory Administration and the entire residents of the Federal Capital Territory, it is my honor and great privilege to welcome you, Your Excellency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief, Federal Republic of Nigeria, and all invited guests to this momentous occasion of the groundbreaking ceremony of the Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant Phase 1. We are indeed highly elated, sir, to have you here, as the construction of the transformative project that will undoubtedly play a pivotal role in shaping the future of our great nation is set to commence. Our election holds more significance, considering that it is the first of such events to be performed by Your Excellency since you assumed office on May 29, 2023. Your Excellency is well informed that the country has over the years grappled with suboptimal power supply situation, and as somewhere reported, out of its installed capacity of 22,000 megawatts, power generation is said to hover at an average of 5,000 megawatts. This level of power generation is indeed grossly inadequate to address development and growth challenges in the country. Adequate power supply is required to provide the much needed energy to power our industry, support the establishment and growth of MSMEs, the bedrock of national employment for our teeming youth. Stable electricity power supply is required to meet the diverse energy supply of the educational system, the transportation sector, and above all, to promote safety and security in our cities and enhance comfort at homes. The execution of this project speaks directly to the manifesto of your government, sir. Permit me to quote, to generate, transmit, and distribute sufficient, affordable electricity to give our people the requisite power to enlighten their lives, their homes, and their very dreams. Its implementation will achieve the commitment of Your Excellency to modernize and expand infrastructure so that the rest of the economy can grow at an optimal rate, and to support the manufacture, creation, and invention of more of the goods and services we require to transform Nigeria from mere consumers nation to a nation of creators, and finally to build a Nigeria, especially for our youth, where sufficient jobs with decent wages create a better life. Indeed, with this project, our hope is being renewed. The 1,350 megawatt Gwagwalada Independent Power Project being sited on this 54.7 hectares of land in Gwagwalada, the Federal Capital Territory, as conceived, is to provide additional power generation output, and which, as projected, will, upon its completion, infuse into the national grid an average of 10.3 million megawatt hour of electricity per year, to be sold to MBET with a projected earnings of between 700 to 800 million within a 10-year period. More importantly, Your Excellency, during its construction to completion, the project will generate thousands of employment opportunities for the Nigerian youth. with youth in the FCT and Gwagwalada area, its catchment area, being the first beneficiary. This is a promise Your Excellency made and is being seen to fulfillment today. Let me appeal, Your Excellency, that upon its completion, the power requirements of the FCT administration to power the street lights required to promote public safety and security, the waste and water treatment plants, power supply to industrial areas, and so on and so forth, should be accorded priority of attention. As we celebrate this milestone, let me acknowledge the contribution of the people of Gwagwalada community, led by the area council chairman, Alhaji Giri, and the traditional community leaders, led by the Aguma of Gwagwalada, in whose midst this project is sited. I wish to appeal to the host communities, especially the youth, to ensure that this massive infrastructure, which the federal government of Nigeria has graciously located within our community, is given adequate protection. I urge you to see the project as your own and not government, and therefore to commit to protect the facility. Show love and support to characteristics of residents of FCT and citizens of the FCT to the construction company, Mrs. China Machinery Engineering Corporation, and appreciate your role as a stakeholder in the project. Mr. President, sir, as you break the ground today on this site, we celebrate the culmination of our collective efforts, your great vision for our country, and the beginning of a journey that will transform the energy landscape of Nigeria. It is our earnest expectation, sir, that much more of such people-oriented projects will come our way during your tenure in the FCT. Finally, I welcome with appreciation the NNPC, the engineering, procurement, and construction contractor, Mrs. CMEC, and the entire team involved in the conception and implementation of this project up to this moment, and for making the event of today to come to fruition. Thank you all for honoring the invitation to be part of the history being made today, and God bless you all.
Indeed, Your Excellency, the Permanent Secretary, FCT, has spoken and has spoken well. He has appealed for powering of street lights in the FCT. He has commended the Aguma of Gwagwalada and the Chairman Gwagwalada Area Council. He has described energy as the growth of MSMEs, the bedrock of youth entrepreneurship in Nigeria, and he has said that energy helps security. The FCT Permanent Secretary, who has spent his time working closely with this project, Mr. Olushade Adeshola. Another round of applause for him, please. Your Excellency, Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have on our list to speak today a man whose background is basically in the area of geophysics, geology. A man who has spent his time being described as a crude oil marketer, having served as General Manager, Crude Oil Marketing Division of the NNPC. As Nigeria's national representative at the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, he brings high-level expertise to his current position. Please help me welcome the man who is a Nigerian geologist, crude oil marketer, international civil servant, and who has continued to work hard for a prime company for energy sufficiency. First Group Chief Executive Officer of Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mr. Mele Kyari. It's coming forward, Your Excellency, to give an overview of this project.
Your Excellency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, sir, I seek your kind permission to respectfully recognize our national leaders and other distinguished men and women that are here to witness the presidential groundbreaking of the milestone project of your transformative administration. It is therefore my honor and privilege to welcome Your Excellency, Mr. President, and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to this historic event of the groundbreaking of the 350 megawatts project, being the first phase of the planned capacity of 1,350 megawatts Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant, and to recognize the presence, particularly of His Excellency the Governor of Borno State, the Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State, the permanent secretaries present here, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, our traditional rulers, members of the diplomatic corps, particularly the Ambassador of China to Nigeria, and other gentlemen and women, too numerous to mention, but all distinguished, Your Excellency. Well, I would like to use this occasion to acknowledge the progressive policy direction of this administration to renew hope and reposition the Nigerian economy. The esteemed presence of Your Excellency at this event is a demonstration of your commitment and support to improve the nation's power generation capacity, to support economic growth for our country, and for this, we are indeed very grateful. Nigeria is endowed with significant natural gas resources of over 209 TCF, of proven gas reserves, and potential reserve of over 600 trillion standard cubic feet of gas. As a commercial enterprise, Your Excellency, NNPC sees these projects as an opportunity to monetize our abundant natural gas resources by expanding access to energy to support economic growth, industrialization, and job creation across the country. To achieve this national aspiration, NNPC has invested heavily in domestic gas footprints expansion projects through the delivery of the Trans-Nigeria Gas Pipeline project, which includes the Escravos to Lagos pipeline systems, we call it ELF and ELF1 and ELF2, the OB3 gas pipeline, and the Ajakuta-Kano AKK gas pipeline. Your Excellency, Mr. President, this project is a giant step towards achieving NNPC's gas and power mandate to add 5 gigawatts into the national power generation by 2024. Currently, NNPC and partners are delivering about 800 megawatts to the national grid from Afan 6 and Occupy Phase 1 thermal power plants with combined installed capacity of 1,100 megawatts. We have also completed Occupy Phase 2 project that will add additional 320 megawatts of power to the national grid, and progressing with other plant projects across the country, including those along the AKK pipeline corridor. Excellency, our ambition is to create captive power plants across the country in small scale where transmission issues will not become a major concern. The Gwagwalada IPP is among NNPC's flagship power project along the AKK corridor. This is part of the 3,600 megawatt cumulative power capacity, which includes Kaduna IPP of 900 megawatts and Kano IPP of 1,350. They are all work in progress. The project will be delivered in collaboration with General Electric as the original equipment manufacturer, and China Machinery and Engineering Corporation as the engineering, procurement, and construction contractor. Just as we have recently commissioned the 50 megawatts Maiduguri emergency power plant, NNPC will continue to replicate similar viable business opportunities across the nation to enable access and affordability of energy across the country. And they will all be commercial, and they will cause no pain to Nigerians. For this worthy cause, Your Excellency, NNPC wishes to appreciate the collaboration and support of stakeholders, including the Ministry of Power, other relevant agencies such as Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, Nigeria Bulk Electricity Trading PLC, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, and the Gwagwalada host community, including our chief host, the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Federal Capital Territory. We know that expanding access to energy will change the game. It will create a better investment climate and promote economic growth, a win-win situation for the nation and for NNPC as a commercial energy company. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we want to assure you that NNPC Limited, as an energy company of choice, is committed to alleviating energy poverty and enhancing socio-economic development of our great nation. May I, Excellency, recall your resonating statement, which comes to our mind every time we remember development. And I quote, and you said, Mr. President, that we are not here to do what is comfortable. We are here to do what is right for our people and our country. We are here to answer to a greater and higher calling. That calling is the love of Nigeria. I end my quote. Excellency, your focus on ensuring energy sufficiency and security in our country will propel greater prosperity and bountiful livelihood for our countrymen and women who have earnestly been assured of renewed hope by your Excellency. This indeed is manifestly high calling and a demonstration of a love for our country. Once again, Mr. President, and I thank you for the visionary leadership, encouragement, and support to the NNPC Limited and the Nigerian petroleum industry. We remain eternally grateful to you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President.
Your Excellency, indeed, Malam Mele Kyari hopes that himself and his entire team will replicate similar projects across the country in line with your vision of creating more prosperity for Nigerians in a renewed hope. It is also his plan to achieve the national aspiration of renewed hope and job creation and energy sufficiency with this flagship project of the Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant. He has also been seen to have quoted you and saying it is not what is comfortable, but it is what is better for the greater good of the nation, Nigeria. Malam Mele Kyari, GCU, NNPC Limited. Another round of applause for him. Having brought us all here together, he has continued to harp on strategic partnerships. CMEC, GE, Vanova, and other strategic partners are here gathered this afternoon with all of us. And he knows that without strategic partnership, we cannot go forward with any project that we have. Nobody can go it alone. We thank you for the vision that you have continued to follow through with that of Mr. President's visionary leadership. It is at this point, Your Excellency, that I would like to announce that when it is time, I crave your indulgence, for Mr. President to go and perform the groundbreaking ceremony of Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant project. His Excellency will be accompanied by the VVIPs in the front row, service chiefs, IGP, heads of paramilitary agencies here present, the Chinese ambassador, GE, ACE, NMDPRA, and CCNUPRC. May I repeat this again? The cutting of the ribbon by His Excellency, Mr. President. President would be escorted on this project assignment by the people in the front row, service chiefs, IGP, heads of paramilitary agencies, the Chinese ambassador, GE, ACE, NMDPRA, and CCNUPRC. I crave your indulgence to please be guided. The rest of us will remain seated in the hall. In the meantime, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, here we have the next speaker, a graduate of the University of Jos, University of Ibadan, University of Hong Kong, a technocrat par excellence whose background is in economic research and policy management. It's time for us now to invite, to come and deliver the vote of thanks, Ambassador Gabriel Aduda, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum Resources. Please encourage him.
Your Excellency, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola, Ahmed, Tinubu, GCFR, Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno State, the Right Honorable Speaker, ably represented by the digital Deputy Speaker, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State, Service Chiefs, Permanent Secretaries here present, Service Chiefs, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our partners, the CMEC, the General Electric Genova. Permit me at this point to stand on existing protocols. Today marks a very momentous occasion as we gather here as a nation at this presidential groundbreaking ceremony of the GIPP, the Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant Phase 1 project. I stand before you particularly filled with delight and honor to express our deepest gratitude on this special day, because power, energy, has not only become an essential resource, but has become a lifeline of economies, a lifeline of entities, a lifeline of individuals, a lifeline that we practically can hardly survive without in one form or the other. First and foremost, our heartfelt appreciation goes to His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, our own President, Bola, Ahmed, Tinubu, GCFR. We are truly grateful for your presence here amidst your very busy schedule. Your Excellency, you could have chosen to do this virtually. You could have chosen to send a representation. But your being here today means a lot to all of us. And it also sends a message as to the importance of power and the need to provide power to Nigerian people. Your Excellency, Governor Zulum, and your counterpart, the Governor of Nasarawa State, ably represented by his deputy, we are grateful for your presence and support all through. We extend our sincere thanks to the esteemed members of the National Assembly, and especially the Digital Deputy Speaker, the Right Honorable, who is here with us in person today, and whose unwavering legislative support has been pivotal in advancing the nation's energy sector. We also extend our gratitude to all service chiefs here present, the IGP, the paramilitary agencies and all heads of paramilitary agencies here present, the management and staff of the NNPC. Let us specially thank you for your commitment, for your dedication to duty. Indeed, we have one that has been able to pull from the corporation to a limited company, and trust me, that wasn't an easy feat, but he has been able to do it because of the support he has continually enjoyed from the very capable staff. We want to say a very big thank you. Our esteemed partners, the CMEC, the General Electric Genova, and members of the diplomatic corps, especially His Excellency, the Chinese ambassador, we want to say a very big thank you. You are one ambassador that has always stood by us and has always made yourself available, even on several fronts. Our royal fathers here present, we couldn't have achieved all this without you. We want to say a very big thank you. And all members of the Fourth Estate of the Ram, distinguished dignitaries here present, sorry we may not be able to mention you one after the other, but trust me, our hearts are filled with so much joy, and we are delighted by the support that we have received from you all. And your being here today is by no means a small feat for us. This groundbreaking ceremony marks a historic step towards realizing Mr. President's vision of enhancing power supply in our nation. As this power project takes shape, it will not only create opportunities for engineers, artisans, laborers, and expatriate staff or non-expatriate or unskilled staff, but even for the market woman that will come here to sell her food, that will come to sell her rice every morning. It will open up doors and opportunities for so many people that will transport people in and out of this place, and all manner. All these are the multiplier effects of projects like this. Your Excellency, it is our sincere belief that tens of thousands of Nigerians will be touched by this project. To everyone who has in one way or the other contributed to the success of this event today, the technical staff, the security personnel, the ushers, the cleaners, the myriads of media men here present, I want you to know that all this wouldn't have been complete without you. I will want to say a very big thank you. Finally, we are truly humbled by your presence here today, and we extend our most sincere gratitude to each and every one of you. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Your Excellency, a man who has a background in economic research and management, understands the multiplier effect of a project such as this, and has put on the table Mr. President's vision of enhancing power supply, describing to the very minutest detail of the woman who would come here to sell rice and the transporters who will move people in and out of this vicinity. The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Ambassador Gabriel Aduda, it's time for me, as the Master of Ceremony, to thank you for not coming here to say, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, but in fact delivering a worthy vote of thanks. A round of applause for him. Thank you very much. Just to put on notice that the national anthem will bring a close to this event in this hall, but will not bring a close to the end of the ceremony. The ceremony of the groundbreaking of the Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant will take place outside of this hall, and Mr. President, as I had earlier informed you, would be escorted by the people on the front row, service chiefs, IGP, heads of paramilitary agencies, the Chinese ambassador, GE, ACE, NMDPRA, CCE, NUPRC, and I dare say the Aguma of Gwagwalada and the Emir of Zuba will join those groups of people, because we are on the land which is their traditional heritage. Having said that, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, do remember that as soon as Mr. President concludes his address here, the national anthem will be played for a salute to the nation. It is now my singular honor and privilege to invite His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his address at this historic groundbreaking ceremony. Please rise.
Thank you. Please have your seat. Your Excellency, the Governor of Borno, Abagana Kingibe, Babagana Sulum, forgive me. I think the Niger problem is still the Deputy Speaker. Kalu, thank you very much for being here. Deputy Governor of Nasarawa State, members of the National Assembly, the Group CEO and top management staff of NNPC Limited, the Chinese Ambassador, Your Excellency, the Chavez Chief Representatives, senior government officials, your traditional ruler, Your Eminence, we salute you for allowing us to invest here. All captains of industry, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great joy to address you at this group groundbreaking ceremony to mark the commencement of another important piece of national infrastructure project. The 350 megawatts Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant, phase one of the entire project, is extremely necessary and commendable for the economic growth of our country. The Abuja IPP, as it has come to be known, is a joint venture project between General Electric, GE, China Machinery and Engineering Corporation, CMEC, and Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, to construct a 350 megawatts gas-fired power plant right here in Abuja. The groundbreaking is highly significant to the nation, as it marks the first bold step in this administration's concerted effort to establish a strong and varied energy sector that will drive the economy. Energy, I always say, is the most important discovery for humanity in the last 1,000 years. There's no life without power. We need the energy. As you have listened to the vote of thanks, details, multiplier effect of economic opportunity, and what we need to drive the renewed hope agenda. During my campaign, I made commitment to Nigerians. I promised to make the provision of stable electricity a priority of this government, to use all available energy resources to increase power generation beyond the current installed capacity of just 12,000 megawatts, to strengthen the integrity of our transmission infrastructure, and to ensure that all distribution bottlenecks are removed. All distribution bottlenecks will be removed. We cannot become a productive economy unless we become efficient. Not just in our offices, paperwork, approvals, licenses, opportunity for procurement, and integrity, accountability in a transparent manner. Nigeria cannot become a productive and industrialized economy. We cannot tackle poverty and create thousands of jobs, highly paying manufacturing jobs, unless we can generate and transmit and distribute reliable electricity. To accelerate our economic growth, we must remove every obstacle on our way to progress. That this project is taken off so early in the lifetime of this administration to serve as a notice to the residents of Abuja and indeed to all Nigerians of our determination to bring positive change to this nation. Let me give you another good news by the way. The recent strategic partnership between NNPC Limited and NIPCO Gas Limited to deploy compressed natural gas stations across the country is another excellent example. Congratulations. The landmark collaboration will expand Nigerian CNG infrastructure, improve access to CNG, and accelerate the adoption of a cheaper and cleaner alternative fuel for buses, cars, and keke napep. Under this NNPC and NIPCO partnership, 37 state-of-the-art CNG stations will be constructed nationwide, including 3 mother stations. Once fully operational, the station will have the ability to service 200,000 vehicles daily. This administration is equally poised to address all power value chain challenges and reduce the power-related hardship being experienced by too many of our citizens. Taking advantage of the global declaration that gas is a transitional fuel, as well as enabling provision of the Petroleum Industry Act, we shall attract greater investments. We will. In the oil and gas sector. Through such investment, we shall harness the over 200 trillion cubic feet of proven natural gas, all the reserves within our borders, to develop our national infrastructure, create millions of new jobs and opportunities, and stimulate economic growth in a rapid manner. In addition, Nigeria will continue to vigorously pursue the implementation of other low-carbon energy solutions, such as solar, hydro, wind, thermal, and biofuel for both on-grid and off-grid power systems. We will focus on rural electrification to improve the standard of living of people in rural communities and re-energize their socio-economic opportunities. Therefore, the investment of NNPC Limited alongside its partners in the installation of additional 350 megawatts of this nature will improve the energy supply to homes, businesses, catalyze economic empowerment, and ultimately renew the hope of our energetic and creative citizens. I would like to commend the effort of NNPC along its partners for this initiative. I hereby urge and encourage a team that is positive to do our job. The 3-year project must be 3 years. Nigerians are watching, and they are anxious for all the promises made, and those promises must be kept. Use this opportunity to encourage and salute Ministry of Power and other relevant agencies. The Nigerian Electricity Regulation Commission, Nigeria Bulk Electricity Trading PLC, Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, to continue to work together with NNPC and other agencies to give Nigerian access to affordable and reliable electricity. Reassuring Nigeria finally that this government is determined to improve your life. And I'm glad that Baba Gana Sulum is here, representing subnational group. People reside in the state. I commend your efforts in Borno State. I will do more to partner with you. For Abuja Capital Territory, we are here as your tenants, partners, and collaborators. We will deepen domestic gas utilization to expand national power generation capacity, revitalize industries, and create multiple jobs for economic growth. It is therefore with immense joy and sense of honor that I lay today the foundation for the engineering, procurement, and construction of the 350 megawatts Gwagwalada thermal power plant project. Thank you, and God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It's time now for the groundbreaking ceremony of the Gwagwalada Independent Power Plant project. And the President would, of course, be escorted by those that previously announced while the rest of us remain seated. Thank you very much indeed. And congratulations to the NNPC. Can we get some slow music while we watch on the screens what's going on outside? Thank you very much.
President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the 4th of August, 2023.